Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition, Netherlands. The president calls to bring the population together. For international scene, at least 195 died in Camp UN said in Gaza. Those are the headlines and welcome to the national news. In the Middle East, especially in the Palestinian territory, air and ground attacks continue. The naval attacks launched by Israel occupation force on the Gaza Strip are continuing and targeting innocent civilians and especially infrastructure, including hospitals and educational facility, mosque churches. Regarding the victim of the horrific massacre committed by Israeli force, the number has increased. More than 80,000 people were killed, including more than 3,600 children, 2,200 women, while the number of wounded reached 22,000. The authority in Gaza said that they had received 2,003 reports of missing persons among the rapid, including 1,120 children. As the Holocaust continued, the number of victims increasing around the clock. The circle of destruction caused by aggression is widening, causing more people to be forcibly displaced. On the other hand, the Israeli army announced that the number of soldiers killed in the clash had rising to 16. The department has been with the Palestinian resistance since the day before yesterday, Tuesday. Despite the calls and appeals made by the international community, the Israeli forces are still intensifying their raids on the Gaza Strip. In addition, the storm in many areas in the West Bank. On the other hand, reporters with Pola and say she filed a lawsuit against the International Criminal Court regarding war and crimes committed against a journalist during the war Israel on the Gaza Strip. A press release published by the non-governmental organization that defends press freedom states that victim journalists died or were injured in attacks that amounted to a war crime. The press release indicated that Israel had completely or partially destroyed a building for more than 50 media and outlets in Gaza, which have been subjected to for 7 days, 28 days. Yesterday, the People's Place hosted the occasion of commemorating the National African Youth Day, where it was transformed. Today, I'm deeply disheartened and in pain as a result of what's happening in the Gaza Strip. This youth event was dominated by the Palestinian issues as far as were darkened as a result of the raids challenged by the Israeli occupation force. Young people who have always been at the center of the head of the state institution has noticed the changes surprising in their role. Yesterday, the face died not like weapon with joy but were diagnosed by pain profound consequence of the unspeakable atrocities and massacre in Gaza. In this solemn and emotional environment, the head of state set aside his usual role to devote himself for a darker, more meaningful mission. The suffering and crimes against humanity he is exposed to our Palestinian brother and sister in Gaza and this scene where power and political gave way to humanity and compassion. A president emerged the state support the humanitarian cause. So With a heavy heart, the President of the Republic delivered an advocable speech full of emotion and input with a commitment. The deep issues of the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. His words were a cry of solidarity. It is a shakes with our Palestinian brothers and sisters and where is a description of a poignant moment.
reer jabuuti magaciina anigoo ku hadlaya waa inaan la tagaa halka wixii dadkaygu soo ururiyeen waa kaa aan idhaahdo dawlad iyo shacbiba oo wax aan ku faani karno aan abuurano oo samaysano oo nidhaa haddii dad loo baahan yahay diyaar baan ahay salaamu calaykum.
In a related contest, the national television cameras monitored the impression expressed by citizens their deep dissatisfaction with the Israeli territories, especially in the Gaza Strip. Please listen for more and some reaction.
We have more ties with the Palestinian people than anybody else. And these ties goes back more than 1,500 years ago since the whole religious message started with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As Muslims, sisters, children who've been massacred and killed, genocides, has been seen all over the world. We may not have enough in our hands to do, but of course we have our prayers. That is one of our biggest and strongest weapon. Also, as the young people of Djibouti has already started to boycott these big brands and series of products, companies that have the audacity to support the Zionism movement that are killing our children on a daily basis. So that's the first thing we can do. And that's not enough. All this silence that has been around the world, around the Arab world, around the Muslim world. No, this silence should be broken. We need to do something. We need to stop this genocide. So we need to talk and raise our voice so everybody can hear us and continue our boycott because these people are hurt by their pocket. If we touch their pocket, this will affect them. And inshallah, we ask God Almighty to help and protect our brothers and sisters there, and justice will prevail, inshallah.
So the Prime Minister Abdul Karim Mohammed was accompanied by the Minister of Defense, Mr. Hassan Umar. Mohammed visited the headquarters of the General Administration of International Relations of the Armed Forces. The Prime Minister visited the headquarters aims to hold talks and get a closer look at the security situation in general, where the three officials discussed the issues and challenges facing Djibouti is in a complex regional and international context. And also in other context, the Prime Minister Abdulkarim Mohammed and receive the Egyptian ambassador. What is the new in Djibouti? The Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Nasowe, received an Ethiopian delegation from the Afar region. The discussion focused mainly on creating a common framework for creating a cultural festival regional, as well as registering a certain number of joint projects as institutional heritage for UNESCO. This visit comes within the framework of the communication tribes of the Ethiopian delegation to Djibouti. The Minister of Solidarity Affairs and Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mr. Wolf Ismail Abdullah, and the Minister of Delegate in charge of digital economy, Mr. Mariam Hamadou, and the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Endowment, Mr. Hassan Barre, an occasion dedicated to the inauguration of new branch of facilitated Islamic finance in Sheikh Hamad Street. This event organized by the National Agency for Social Development, so it took place in the presence of a dignitary high-ranking official, including the mayor of Belarus. This initiative falls within the framework of efforts aimed at reducing poverty and also improving the condition economy benefit for vulnerable segments of society. According to those responsible for it, this initiative marks the expansion of Islamic microfinance in the municipality. Belarus is a part of the effort of the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, which pays specially attention to enhance the financial empowerment of vulnerable groups of society by focusing on exiting opportunity from poverty. This initiative once again demonstrated the government says desire to enhance economic resilience and also drive social development as well as economy of the country's vulnerable population and to enhance and pin mature steps toward building a prosperous, inclusive and equitable future. So the minister delegated in charge of digital economy, Ms. Maria Mohamedou, gave a hospitality speech saying in which the opinion of this new branch of facilitated Islamic finance aims to combat poverty in the country. Also in terms of the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Environment, Monsieur Mumin Hassan Barre expressed his pleasure to participate in this occasion, which falls within the framework of the government policy aimed at supporting families simply. The Minister of Energy in charge of natural resources, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, participated in the session, the 60th General Assembly of the International Solar Alliance, which opened its work in the Indian capital, New Delhi, after receiving an invitation from the Indian President, French, and Director General of the Alliance. Mr. Yunus was accompanied to this session by his technical advisors, Mr. Mehdi Wabiri Hassan, and the Director Department of Ambassador Accredited to India, Mr. Isa Abdullah Zawi. The Chief of the General Staff receives the Japanese ambassador on friendly visit. He received the Chief of the General Staff of the Egyptian Army Force, Lieutenant General Zakaria Shah Ibrahim, today, Tuesday, at the Hassan and Basuma official club in the General Administration of the Relation International, the Japanese ambassador accredited to our country. This meeting represents an opportunity for the two sides to review a friendly relation and joint cooperation located between the Republic of Djibouti and Japan. The chief of general staff and the Turkish diplomat confirmed that the two minutes exchange was an special nature for and diplomatic relation between the two countries and also the common values to two sides. Like the rest of the world, our country celebrates International Day last Monday for the white can dedicated to supporting plain people and raising a community awareness with their rights. In this regard, massive march was organized to commemorate International White Can Day. The march, which began on the Corniche, aims to introduce the importance of the white can to people for the plan as they use facilitate the safe and easy movement in place, encouraging the plan and to of using a white can as a means of movement. The celebration so seeks to spread awareness of the right of the plan and discuss the social isolation that occurs are exposed to it. It should be noted that this disability generally means the inability of an individual to meet a performance requirement. His natural role in life linked to his age, gender, social and cultural characteristic and that as a result of enduring our inability to perform and Psychologically and affection it falls within the scope of this means different types of disability such as mental, hearing, visual and physical disability and also learning difficulties. The International Judicial Policy Training Schools of the National Gendarmerie concluded yesterday, Wednesday, the 16th edition of the Professional Criminal Investigators course. The closing ceremony of this section was shared by the representative of the Antonio General, Mr. Mona Ali Hassan. During the 6 weeks of the Professional Criminal Investigators course, he received a number of trainees coming from 60 countries, including the Republic of Djibouti, and 6 high-level qualification, coming focus in particular on the latest technology used to conduct criminal investigation, where at the conclusion of the course they receive school PhD International Judicial Policy Training in Djibouti in addition to certificate. In this regard, the Commander of the National Gendarmerie extended his congratulations and pleasing to the trainees for pacing. The course was completed successfully and also thanks the discipline and real desire to benefit from the course, pointed out that this qualification aims primarily to enhance the capability and skills of the trainees by providing them with experience and knowledge that will enable them to carry out the takes assigned to them properly the most completely. It should be noted that the science of practical criminal investigation studies the legitimate means by which the criminal investigator undertakes it when a crime or an accident occurs in order to find out the truth. So, for his part, the school principal, Colonel Hussein Mohammed Ghayat, praised the commitment and perseverance he showed members of this 16 page over the weeks that the training course continued. He praised the performance of the trainers who did everything in their power to provide the trainees with the knowledge and skills necessary for their work as professional investigators. For her part, the research of the Antonio General stressed the importance of the course benefit of criminal investigators from the judicial policy, who are responsible for uncovering the circumstances of various crimes. During this, the inception of the crime scene and searching for a trace is left by the criminal at the crime scene, integrating suspect and having witness statement. Mrs. Mona Ali Hassan congratulated the graduate of the Professional Criminal Investigators course. They successfully paid the course, as did the trainers who spared no effort in building capability, the knowledge and skills of the training beneficiary. On the for the international scene, at least 195 Palestinians were killed and more than 700 injured. 70 others as a result of repeated Israel raids on Jabalia came in the Gaza Strip deadly Tuesday and Wednesday. The government media office in Gaza said that at least 195 Palestinians were killed. They were killed in Israel attack on Jabalia, which came in Gaza on Tuesday. The authority in Gaza said that they had received 1,030 reports of missing persons, among the rapidly included 1,120 children, as the Holocaust continue. The number of victims increased around the clock. Crashing is winding, causing more people to be forcibly displaced. That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and a wonderful evening.